Give me a second.
Welcome all. 36th District Court, State of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Shannon Holmes presiding. During this Zoom court proceeding, there will be no gum chewing, eating, drinking, smoking, or talking. Also, you're required to be dressed appropriately for court. No do-rags, hats, pajamas. Welcome all. 36th District Court, State of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Shannon Holmes electronic devices. Please silence them or turn them off now. Thank you all in advance for your compliance, and good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, everyone. Court is now in session. You can move the camera now. All right. Good morning. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right, wonderful. Court is now in session. I'll have the attorneys please state your appearance for the record.
Yes, thank you. Good morning, Judge. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, continuing motion, that my appearance be for all of my clients before the court this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Good morning to you, and your motion is granted. Mr. Fyken.
Your Honor, good morning. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. Your Honor, I too would make a similar motion.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens. Good morning to you, and your motion is granted as well. I will have Ms. Cleveland please state your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, Case Manager for Specialty Court, 36th District Court.
Wonderful, thank you, and good morning, Ms. Cleveland. Mr. Yancey.
Yes, good morning. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Yancey. And then Alice J., I'm going to have you state your name as well. Good morning. Unmute yourself for me.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm Alice J. from Neighborhood Legal Services, victim advocate here for the Specialty Court.
All right, thank you, and good morning again. All right, we are ready to get started. Officer, if you could call the first case for me.
First person on the docket, Your Honor, is Ms. Samantha Parker.
All right, good morning, Ms. Parker. Please unmute. Good morning, Ms. Parker. We still can't hear you. Good morning, Ms. Parker.
Good morning, Judge.
I'm having trouble hearing you. Ms. Parker, I am going to send you into a breakout room with Mr. Yancey based on some test results that I've been receiving. I was clear about your probation and the terms and conditions, and it sounds like you have not complied with the court's order. So I'm going to send you into a breakout room with case manager Kenneth Yancey. You all will get an invitation to join breakout room number 1. So please make sure you accept that invitation, okay?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Please accept.
I would like the attorneys to be like, this is Royalist, that African rookie that you brought me. It's a different brand, you know, that Royalist that she brought me. Yeah, this is the same thing. It's a, take a couple of them, and then if you like, it's caffeine free. Yeah, it's caffeine free. You want me to make? I can make you a coffee if you want. No honey or nothing. Just that.
Put a little bit on it, just in case.
Okay. You try it? I love it. Love it.
Let me see your dad like
He did. I remember this. I just got this is caffeine free too. I got it yesterday. Make sure. Okay.
that. You're glad.
No. Yep. Caffeine free. It's chamomile and lavender.
Nice for soothing.
It's a little lavender. If you want to try one at home or something, or a couple of them. Take a couple of them. Take two, maybe you don't get.
So sweet.
And then this, I love this. And this is that word that, you know, that's the root that you gave me. Yeah, exactly. And If you like it, I bought you a 10 of it. Before I got you a 10. Very smart. So you want to know.
Thank you, Jeff. All right. Ms. Drew, are these my files for today? Are these my files for today or another day?
That's what I'm saying. I really don't know. Let me, I don't know what's really up there. I gotta check on it. Yeah.
Okay. Do I have any files for today?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'll go upstairs. I don't know.
That's okay. I'll just, can you give me an envelope if we have one? I want to put this in an envelope.
Yeah, I got one.
You good, Mr. Griffin? What's that? That's your documents?
Yeah, these just,
Okay, wonderful. I'll sign them all. Thank you. All right. Officer, who do we have up next while Ms. Parker's in the breakout room?
Next we have Ms. Davina Averett.
Ms. Avery, good morning to you. Where are you? Can you unmute yourself, please?
Good morning.
Good morning. I need to be able to see you.
You can't see me?
I see shadows of you. I see your hair color. I don't see your face. Where's my docket for today? Did I give it back to you? My apologies if I did. Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. I have the following matters for Davina Averett. I think it's Averett. Is that correct?
Averett.
State your name for me.
Davina Averett.
Averett. Thank you. Case number U421-31317 and U51085219. All right. I received a message from your probation officer that you did not comply with Judge Ford's orders to pay your tickets. And in fact, she indicated on this morning that you failed to appear. I'll let you know. That you have failed to appear. I'm sorry, it was Judge Garrett, not Judge Ford. My apologies. She indicated to me that you failed to appear on November 2nd. You did complete your community service for me, but you did not follow the orders of Judge Garrett. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I am not giving her a dismissal where she's been late with my stuff and she has not complied with the orders of the court for Judge Garrett. So how do you all want to proceed? My order was that she had to get those matters paid off before I would dismiss her matters pursuant to the delayed sentence. How do you all want to proceed?
I wasn't aware that I had court on the 2nd for Judge Garrett.
Well, you should have been aware. I know that I gave you a return to court date for Judge Garrett. I gave you a date to get my things paid off before you would see Judge Garrett. So if you didn't write it down, I'm not responsible for that. I'm responsible for me. I gave you information. And so, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, how do you all want to proceed? Ms. Drew, can I get ROAs for both?
Well, Judge, if she has completed her obligations for you, can her cases be closed out today?
They can be closed out, but she won't get the dismissals. Not at all. You can't get dismissals in this courtroom when you're not complying with another judge's orders. I don't do that.
Would the court be willing to adjourn her matter today to allow her to take care of the case before Judge Garrett?
She's in warrant status with Judge Garrett.
Well, if she could zoom into Judge Garrett's courtroom this morning and maybe work out a court date to return, would the court be willing to adjourn her matters that are on your docket today?
Okay, she can zoom in, find out from Judge Garrett if she can get, well, you know what, Mr. Reed, let's do this just so that I don't tie up my docket because I'm ready to keep moving. I can close out because according to Ms. Brimage, she has completed her requirements for me. And so what I will do is I'll close out both of her matters, but she's not getting dismissals from this court. I'll close them. Okay, and then she can go and zoom into Judge Garrett's courtroom and figure out how, I'm not certain which Garrett, because we have several Garretts. She can figure out how Judge Garrett wants to handle that, okay?
Yes, Judge. Ms. Everett, do you understand what's going on?
Not really, but I was room in charge.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't aware that.
We're past that. Mr. Reed, tell your client what she needs to do so I can finish with my docket. Get moving on my docket.
You have to take care of the matters in front of Judge Garrett. So if you have the Zoom number for Judge Garrett, Zoom into Judge Garrett's courtroom today to find out about those tickets, because you have an outstanding warrant in Judge Garrett's courtroom. These two cases are going to be closed, but they're not being dismissed. Thank you, Judge.
So then we're dismissed. After I can handle the stuff with Judge Garrett?
No, ma'am, they won't be dismissed. Let me give you the dial in for Judge Garrett. The dial in for Judge Garrett's courtroom. Are you ready? It is 360-437-0000. I'll do that one more time. The dial in for Zoom for Judge Garrett is 360-437-0000. Okay? All right. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good time. Your matters are closed in my courtroom. Officer, I'm ready for the next case.
Okay, Your Honor, the next case we have, it's a transfer of Jessica
Guinan?
Van Clovic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dan Clovic. Yes, wonderful. Miss Dan Clovic, where are you? Unmute yourself.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you this morning?
Well, how are you?
I am doing very well. You're fading a little bit in and out.
Okay, sorry about that.
All right, there you are. Mr. Griffin, if you could read the case number into the record for me.
Okay, Your Honor, this is case 1854747FD, Jessica Dankovic.
All right, thank you. Miss Dankovic, I received news that your case was closed out county. Is that correct? All right, how do you feel about that? You ready?
Yes.
Very good, very good. Thank you for joining us today so that we could formally close out the matter here, your matter here at 36th District Court. Mr. Griffin, if you could present Ms. Dankovic.
Okay, Your Honor, this is Jessica Dankovic. Ms. Dankovic signed her contract with us on March 19th of 2019. She had a 24-month contract. She's a transfer case from 19th District Court. Ms. Dankovic successfully completed outpatient substance abuse counseling. She completed over 112 job meetings. She completed 40 hours of community service. She attended the honor program. She watched a sobriety video, and she attended alcohol habit safety level 2. Submitted to 7-year analysis test and paid all filing costs in full. Also, while she was in the program, she did receive her license, so she got a driver's license. She has successfully completed all the conditions of drug treatment court, and she did a program without any sanctions. So I'm recommending Ms. Dankovic as a candidate for graduation today, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Ms. Dankovic, are you ready to take on the world without the court's intervention?
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Yes, I am.
Wonderful. Why don't you tell the individuals in the court what you've learned through this experience? What are you taking away from this experience that hopefully will help you for a lifetime?
I learned that it's okay to ask for help and admit that you need it. You can lean on others, and that's not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength, and that it's important to acknowledge your feelings and emotions and not just shove them to the side because they will resurface later. And I've learned that you're able to have fun and live a fulfilling life without having to have drugs and alcohol be involved in it.
Yeah, those are some wonderful things to learn. Very good. And I hope that everybody in the courtroom was listening. How long were you with us, Ms. Dankovic?
Almost 2 years.
almost 2 years out of your life, right?
Yeah,
That's a long time.
it is.
It is. It is. I do want you to know that it was such a pleasure working with you, that you've always had a great attitude. You've always worked hard, and I'm glad that you're getting this behind you. I hope that you're getting it behind you for a lifetime. That the things that you've learned, that you've heard, that you've seen, whether it was in the courtroom, whether it was in your therapy, your outpatient treatment, your meetings, your community service, all of those things, the sobriety weekend, I hope that you will remember those things, hold on to them, so that if you are ever faced with any challenges in life, you understand that there are other options available to you. There's help available to you. You said something key, you need to ask for it. Reach out, it's a sign of strength. And so it's been a pleasure to work with you.
Thank you. And same for me. You all have been very wonderful. I appreciate everything.
Absolutely. Let me hear from the attorneys. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, for the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney. I'm going to make a motion to close out her case with drug treatment court. But before I make that motion, I want to congratulate Ms. Dankovich on the job well done. The program's not easy. You did everything we asked of you with no sanctions. You should be proud of yourself. We're proud of you. I will miss you. I will miss our conversations because you went to attended the best university in the state, and we are alumni together. Keep up the good work. Be safe. And when I say best, I mean Michigan State. Keep up the good work. Stay safe. Have a long life. Judge, I'm going to make a motion now that this case be closed with improvement. Ms. Dankovich has done everything we asked, and congratulations on graduating from drug treatment court.
Thank you.
Judge. Thank you.
Wonderful. Ms. Dankovic, I'm so glad that you decided to come back and join us on today. Mr. Reed would not have done well if he did not have the opportunity to give one last plug for Michigan State University. He made sure we knew that in staffing, that you were a student. Yeah. So thank you for coming back today for your case closure, okay?
Thank you so much for
Yes. All right, Mr. Fikens.
I just want to say it was a pleasure working with you. You did a great job. You hit the ground running. I hope you learned some things about yourself. Sounds like you did. And you have a great future in front of you, young lady. I wish you well. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I need everyone, Ms. Drew, just make sure she has nothing outstanding here at 36. I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Ms. Dankovic on her successful completion of drug treatment court. Congratulations to you. Congratulations. So excited for you. Go and be great. You're doing great things. I know you're going to soar even higher. And so you have no other outstanding matters here at 36th District Court. All of your information will be mailed to you. Make sure that you receive it. Does Ms. Dankovic have the interlock?
No,
she does not. All right, very good. All right, Ms. Dankovic, take care. Be safe.
All right. Thank you so much. You too. Bye-bye now.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Mr. Griffin. Officer, I'm ready for the next case.
The next case is Ms. Alyssa Ginap.
Ms. Ginap, good morning to you. Please unmute for me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Please state your full name for the record.
Alyssa Ginap.
All right, Ms. Ginap, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom on this morning?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. Just for all of our participants, I started off this morning working from home and my Wi-Fi crashed on me, so I had to run into the office and I left my files. We staffed your cases on yesterday, so case managers, be a little bit patient with me. I'm running off of no notes on this morning, although I took extensive notes on yesterday because we staffed for a very long time on yesterday. But my apologies, I was trying to get here on time and ran out and left my file. All right, with that said, Miss Cleveland, I will need you to present as to Ms. Ginap. First, let me ask Ms. Ginap, how are you doing, Ms. Ginap?
I'm doing okay.
You doing okay? All
I'm doing
right,
okay.
very good. Are you getting up, going to your outpatient treatment?
Yes,
How's that going?
it's good. Dealing with some family stuff right now.
Okay.
But I've talked to a few people, so it's helping.
All right, are you talking to your therapist as well?
Yes.
Okay, and you're making some good decisions about the family stuff that's going on?
Yes.
Very good. One day at a time, Ms. Ginap.
Yep.
One moment at a time. Take an
Right.
opportunity to breathe before you make a decision so that it's a good decision, okay?
Yep.
All right, very good. Are you going to your meetings?
Yes.
And how are those going?
Those are good. I'm really trying to find like actual in-person meetings because I
Okay.
do better with that like face to face than, over the internet. But like having Miss Johnson's group and, check in with her every week, that helps. Lets me know that people are there. So,
Yes. All right, very good. Tell me something that you've learned. You all are supposed to be keeping a journal of the dates and the times that you attend your meetings and writing down something that you've learned or that you took away, or maybe an emotion that you felt. Ms. Ginap, give me either one.
I definitely kind of had an emotional break. Just about, like you said, the choices and really looking at the choices that I had made in the past and what I was really choosing. Like it seemed simple at the time, like to go out or something, but then the ramifications. So it's like looking back and seeing that you really chose to deal with the ramification stuff for that one little bit of fun rather than choosing the right thing in the first place, if that makes sense.
It absolutely does. And so tell me if I'm repeating you correctly. Sometimes we can make decisions and it's for just that moment and it seems good and it might be fun and we might get some enjoyment out of it. But in the long term, on a long-term basis, it's really not good. And the consequences that we have to endure far outlast that good time that you may have had, right? Did I get it right?
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. That's a good thing to learn. Hold on to that, Ms. Ginap. All right. What have you been struggling with since the last time I've seen you?
Kind of just to deal with emotions that come up and not having it overwhelm or overtake a situation. I've been doing like outside therapy through a group too, and just actually dealing with the last client said, dealing with emotions as they come instead of pushing them down and having them resurface later.
Okay, very good. Very good. All right. Anything you need us to help you with?
I was looking for help with some work, like finding a steadier job, but Miss Cleveland actually, her and I talked about it, and she forwarded me a list of places hiring. So I've just been filling out applications and trying to fix my resume.
Okay, what happened with the last employment opportunity that we connected you with? You didn't start with them?
No, I had to get my negative COVID results from the doctor because pink eye, it's a symptom of it, I guess. So I had to get like the actual letter saying like I had a negative test, and someone else took the job before I could get that letter back to them.
Okay. Okay. All right. And so, Ms. Cleveland, other than the things I've just discussed with Ms. Ginap, is there anything else you need to advise the court of?
Just that she is compliant with her testing, Your Honor, and I have received information from Ms. Hawthorne, that she is still compliant with her substance abuse counseling and therapy. So she's still remaining connected to those things, and I'm going to search further to continue to assist her to try to find work.
All right, very good. Thank you, Ms. Cleveland. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything else?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Ms. Jean Knapp, good report today. Congratulations. Your work in the program. We're here to help you. You are not alone. If you feel that you need to talk to someone, make sure there are counselors and are available for you. You can always Zoom into the courtroom. Keep up the good work. Be safe. You're doing a good job. Be proud of yourself. Thank you, Ms. Jean Knapp.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I might add, yes, keep up the great work. You can do it. We're behind you. We're all here for you. And we wish only the best for you. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right. If nothing else, I have Ms. Knapp coming back to see me on, calendar is off, give me 1 second. Today is the 13th. We are not in on the 27th. And so, Ms. Cleveland, can you do a face-to-face with Ms. Knapp the week of the 23rd? And if so, what would be that date?
I can do that on the 24th, Your Honor.
November 24th,
Yes,
2020 at 9:00 a.m. But remember, for a subsequent court date, we want to keep her on a Friday.
Yes, Your Honor.
And so with that, Alice J., is there anything you want to add as to Ms. Knapp?
No, Your Honor, she's compliant. She just needs to continue to reach out and, you know, be active, especially when she's going through hard times and coming up with decisions. She should call. When you have a relationship with somebody, it's easier for someone to guide you. If you come up with a grand ideal, just call somebody and run it by them first, so they can help you, you know, kind of play that tape all the way through.
Yes. And as she continues to do that, eventually she'll be able to play the tape all the way through for herself. But for now, she needs help with that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what she was saying as well in a roundabout way. Ms. Johnson, I really do. Right, Ms. Knapp?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Very good. All right. I'm going to have your face-to-face with Ms. Cleveland. She'll make the arrangements on you said the 24th, right, Ms. Cleveland?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, at 9:00. And then I'll see you the following visit, okay?
Okay.
All right, take care. Good to see you. Be safe.
All right, you too.
All right. I'm ready on the next one. The next case, officer.
Joshua Jackson?
Mr. Jackson,
Yes, I'm here.
I need you to turn on your camera. Good morning to you.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I am well, thank you. Mr. Jackson, you are in the virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I have the following matter, U-156-36914 for Joshua Jackson. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, this indicates that he's here for a pre-trial. Have either of you had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Jackson?
Judge, Mr. Fikens has information, Judge.
All right, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, I did speak to Mr. Jackson. I also spoke to Ms. Shannon Walker, the prosecutor from the city of Detroit. She has indicated, and I can represent as a officer of this court, that she is willing to agree to a dismissal without prejudice with a stipulation of probable cause. So, Your Honor, we would so stipulate the probable cause and ask the court follow the recommendation.
Did she say why she wanted to dismiss this?
Because, yes, there were a couple things involved because of the officer who she knows and because of the age of the ticket. And that was.
Got it. All right, there, this is from 2014. So now, counsel, your client has posted a couple of bonds that he allowed to be forfeited. I'm not gonna refund anything because he's waited it out for 6 years. I'm not going to do that. But I will grant the prosecutor's request. At least he's going to get a dismissal without prejudice. And is there a stipulation to probable cause?
Defendant would so stipulate to probable cause, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Then the matter is dismissed without prejudice. Mr. Jackson, thank you for joining us on this morning. You'll get your dismissal in the mail. Continue to do well. Hopefully you won't come this way again, okay?
Never did, so trust me, I got you.
All right, that's right. You never did show up. All right, Mr. Jackson, bye. Get out my courtroom. All right. You said that right. All right. Who do we have next?
Next, Your Honor, we have
Friday,
Shay Bowman.
Ms. Bowman, please unmute your phone. State your name for me, Ms. Bowman.
Cliche Bowman. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Do you agree to have your hearing today in the virtual courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. I have the following matter for Cliche Bowman, 200-442-5301. Ms. Bowman, how are you doing?
You know, I'm pretty good. I'm managing.
Oh, tell me what that's about. What's going on with you?
I don't know. I just started my outpatient treatment, and I heard some news from them that kind of got hard and tight on my schedule. So I'm just managing.
Okay, some news that you need to go more often, or is that what you're stating?
I guess you could say that. I just heard that I'm going to have groups on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 to 5:30, which is kind of complicated because sometimes I don't know when I'll have to drop. I feel like that might intervene with my dropping schedules.
All right, get with your case manager and talk about how you all can resolve that issue, because there are other individuals that do attend the group with job restraints and all of those things, and they still can drop on schedule. So get with your case manager and see how you all can work that out, okay? Don't get discouraged about it. We'll work it out. All right, how are things going otherwise?
Everything's been good. You know, I've been trying my best.
All right, very good. That's all I ask for you. Come to the table with your A game, and we can work with you. How's your outpatient treatment going?
Well, I just started. That's what I was talking about. That's how I know about this information. But the beginning, it seems okay. It seems like it's gonna be, a smooth ride. I like the lady I talked to, Miss Heidi. She seems like she knows her stuff, and I'm comfortable with talking to her about my treatment with this. So that's gonna be fine. That's all I know for now. I can give you a better update in the next 2 weeks.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. What about your meetings? How are those going?
They're good. I do have the notes for you that you requested, but I heard you say to the lady earlier that it has to be dated. I'm sorry, but mine's isn't dated, but I do have what I got from the meetings.
No problem. Going forward, just date it for me, okay?
Okay.
All right, wonderful. Tell me something that you've taken away or learned in those meetings, or an emotion you felt in the meetings since the last time I've seen you.
Well, mostly I can give it to you. I can give you them all in a brief, paragraph, but most of the things that I learned is to admit that I am powerless over my addiction, and because it makes your life unmanageable, and to believe that a power greater than myself could restore me back to my sober sanity, and to have more faith into the prayers and myself for my own recovery. Also, in order to stop using, I have to believe that that I'm in control to not use again. So it's all right now for emotional wise, like a faith thing and a belief thing for me. So as long as I can put my mind to it, it can be mind over matter, and it'll become easier to stop using. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And you have to keep working at it every single day, right, Ms. Bowman?
Yeah.
Every single day, work at it, every single day.
Yes.
All right, very good. What are your struggles other than we're gonna get this testing schedule together and testing opportunities together for you? Are there any other obstacles or struggles that you've had?
Life itself can be one of my struggles because it's stressful, and I'm used to de-stressing myself with the addiction. So I'm just trying to manage that, like, with myself, and also me going to work. The hours that I work sometimes could be an obstacle for my courses because I can be so tired. Sometimes I don't even want to show up to anything, but I try to push forward and go through it because I'm scared to do anything bad in court. So I try to make sure I get it done.
Thank you for your honesty. I appreciate your honesty. Life is stressful, right? Especially then you add COVID to it. You add the fact our numbers are going up. This is my public service announcement, which means that we are still in a pandemic. I need everybody to wash their hands, stay at home if you can, keep your distance. If you're sick, stay home. Nobody wants to be sick. Nobody wants to get whatever you have. Stay home and just follow the directives of our leadership, our state leadership. And so thank you for reminding me of that, Ms. Bowman. But it is, life is stressful. And so, but here's the thing, you're going to be in your outpatient treatment, you're going to your meetings, you have your case manager, and hopefully in all of those settings, you will be able to gather some tools that will help you to deal with life stressors, right? So that you don't have to resort to the addiction, as you called it, in order to cope or to get through. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm counting on, that's why we do all the things that we do up front in phase one. That's why we inundate you with working on and just getting information about what it means to be sober and what are the steps to be sober. And that's why we're so tough on you about making sure that you don't use, especially, when you're first starting the program, we're on your neck, because it's tough and people want to revert back to, what they thought worked. And we want to develop a new way of thinking, a new way of coping. So thank you for your willingness to work with us, to stay the course. Please, whoever's in my courtroom, undressing with, you just don't. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me just turn the video off, and in that way, I don't have to look at all. Give me a second. All right, because I one track. All right, Ms. Bowman, and so I thank you for your honesty, and I thank you for just your diligence in working the program. Thank you. All right, let me hear from the case manager.
Yes, Your Honor, Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court. Your Honor, Ms. Bowman, she's doing what she stated. She's trying to hang in there and stay diligent with what we asked her to do. I did speak with her therapist as recently as yesterday, Ms. Brinkley, and I think that's going to be a good fit for her. We talked for about 15 minutes. So I think that's going to go well. I'll try to help Ms. Bowman navigate screenings. It's not like she missed any, but I think she can anticipate that being a problem. So I'll help her navigate that. Other than that, she's trying to do the phase one, which is for a lot of people the hard part. So
yes,
she's got to just get a rhythm to this. It's going to take a minute because of her work schedule, but she's right now she's in compliance.
All right, wonderful. All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Vikens.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Ms. Bowman, you have a good attitude. You're working the program. Don't get overwhelmed. You're at level 1. We're looking at drug testing, counseling, NAA meetings. Work with Mr. Yancey. We're here for you. Keep up the good work. Be safe and be proud of what you're doing. We understand it's not easy, but you're doing a good job. Thank you, Ms. Bowman. Thank you, Judge.
All right, wonderful.
Your Honor, if I could also, I did try to connect Ms. Bowman with Ms. Alice Johnson. I don't know if that will be just too much for her, but I did make that attempt to connect Ms. Bowman with her. So I don't know if that'll be too much at this moment. I'm not sure, but that attempt was made.
All right, and so, Ms. Johnson, what do you think about that? You think that we could, if you get an opportunity to connect with Ms. Bowman, that maybe you all can work out something that flows with her schedule? Or should we just wait for a little while, let her get acclimated to all of the things that she's doing? I'm sorry? Oh, you did? Okay, very good.
We're on the same page.
Look at that. I should have known. All right. Wonderful. Anything you want to add about Ms. Bowman?
She's just a little bit overwhelmed with all the stuff that's going on, and but I'm gonna help her navigate through that, and just understanding like you have to make recovery a part of the rest of your life. So you got to figure out how to get through the twerks, and like I told her, phase 2 is a little bit different. So I'm just really more of a support for Ms. Bowman, and like I told her, when you need me, call me, just check in with me. It don't have to be long and drawn out, but if you're thinking about using, call me ahead of time, not afterwards, so I can help you navigate through that as well. And just trying to, any needs she needs met, just trying to see if I can help her the best I can to make it a little bit easier.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. All right, Mr. Reed, did you get an opportunity to say anything to Ms. Bowman?
Mr. Reed, the judge, I'm going to tell Ms. Bowman that we are proud of you. We're all behind you. We're with you. You can dial in any day you want. So while it's difficult and drug court is difficult, it is accomplishable, and you have the right attitude for it. So keep up the great work. Thank you, Judge.
All right, wonderful. All right, Ms. Bowman, you're going to be coming back in 2 weeks. You'll do a face-to-face with Mr. Yancey in 2 weeks. Mr. Yancey, let's make sure when you reschedule her future court date that it's for Friday. And which date in 2 weeks works for you, Mr. Yancey?
I'm pretty flexible, so that can be next, whatever date.
All right, let's do November 23rd, 2020. And we will do 9:00 a.m. You all can work out the logistics.
That's perfect.
All right, very good. Take care, Ms. Bowman. Continue to work hard. We're here if you need us, okay?
All right, thank you. Have a good day, Judge.
You too, thank you. All right, officer, who do I have up next?
Okay, Your Honor, there's a young lady with an iPhone with a gray top. There's no name, it just says iPhone.
Okay, who's with the iPhone?
Yeah, the one sitting there.
With the gray sweatshirt on?
Melva Davis?
Oh, Ms. Davis?
Yes,
Yeah, this is for an arraignment on the bench warrant. And so, Mr. Reed or Mr. Ficus, do you all need to go into a breakout room with her?
Not right now, Judge. Robert Fikens on behalf of Ms. Davis. I have been in contact with the prosecutor. I have not yet received an offer for Ms. Davis. I've talked to Ms. Davis before, and I think she wants to try to work this out. So unfortunately, we just don't have an offer yet. It should be forthcoming very quickly because I've been emailing back and forth with her.
All right, wonderful. And please make sure to indicate that Ms. Davis does in fact have cash bonds that she's paid on each one of her tickets, okay?
Thank you, Judge. That is correct.
All right, very good. Just hold tight for a little while, Miss Davis, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to place yourself on mute then. All right, next officer.
We have Miss Amanda Pauley.
Miss Polly, good morning. If you could unmute yourself, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. State your name for the record.
Amanda Christine Pauley.
And Miss Polly, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Wonderful. How are you this morning?
I am doing great. Oh, I'm a little aggravated because I just left Secretary of State for the second time trying to get my license, and now they tell me that I got all my suspensions cleared, that I gotta have, because my ID is not for federal identification, that I gotta have my birth certificate. So that just keeps prolonging the situation, but I know I
So you have to make
read a lot of.
another appointment?
Yeah, once I mail in a copy of my ID and a money order to get my birth certificate. But, you know, I lacked on so many things for so many years in life. I can't expect it to just all come together overnight. So,
You are absolutely right, ma'am. It won't come together overnight. So I appreciate the fact that you're being patient with the process. Very good. I did not place your case numbers on the record. Let me do that at this time. U 487-60218 and U 625-63610. And so, Miss Polly, things are going well with you?
yes, they are. I've been attending Miss J's groups. I have been doing my substance abuse and mental health therapy. Miss Carnes has me running a group on Sunday for Stanford House, which is super exciting.
Wonderful! Look at you!
Yep, I
All
am
right.
going to get together with my son next weekend for his birthday, give him some money for his birthday. I've seen him just the one time in the past 3 months, but he lives all the way in Southfield, so I'm going to take him out to dinner. And been going on my doctor's appointments for the baby. The baby's really healthy. She's doing really good. All her organs are functioning and she's getting big. And just everything is great. It's recovery shows you some things in life you never thought possible when I was in active addiction, at least. You know, I didn't see myself doing anything other than what I was doing. And every day, more and more happens that just shows me that as much as a pain in the butt, it seemed like in the beginning, it's all worth it as time goes by. So
Yes.
I couldn't be
It
happier.
is, it is definitely worth it because you're worth it, Miss Polly. Very good. You're in independent living, is that correct?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, how is that going?
It's going very good. Very good. My boyfriend's on my back about keeping stuff clean, which is a good thing. But
Okay.
I've been doing a lot better. Clean house keeps clean mind. And been working 6 days a week and still finding time to get to meetings. Well, I haven't been to any in-person meetings, but I went to a Zoom meeting the other day when I was at work. I think
Okay.
I got close to 90 on my papers. I'm gonna send Miss Cleveland a copy of that.
Okay.
We have to figure out the exact math. I know it, but Miss Cleveland said she wants to figure it out. Because last time you said my
Okay.
balance was pretty high. It's actually
Low.
Okay. You and Miss Cleveland can work that out, and I'll have
yeah,
Miss Cleveland report to me, okay?
right.
All right. Very good. What have you been struggling with, Miss Polly, if anything?
Nothing really, to be honest. Nothing.
Okay. All right. Very good. Nothing you need us to help you with?
Nope. You guys cover all the bases.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, Miss Cleveland.
Yes, Your Honor. Just to go up what she's talking about, she is doing very well with her drug testing. She's compliant at on-site in Lincoln Park. She has moved successfully into her independent living and has adjusted well. I received a progress report from her therapist, Mr. Callaghan, and based on his report, she's doing well, identifying with things that she needs to improve on, and he's helping and working with her. She's also maintaining her 12-step meetings and, as she stated before, her substance abuse therapies as well as her mental health therapies.
All right, very good, very good. Alice J., anything you want to tell us about Miss Polly? Alice J.? Oh, she's frozen. All right. Well, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fiken?
Yes, Judge, I want to congratulate Ms. Polly. You're doing a great job. You said so many good things. You talked about employment. You talked about independent living. You talked about reunification with your family, your son, all things that we like to encourage when you're in drug treatment court. Keep up the good work. You should be proud of yourself. We're proud of you. Stay safe. Thank you, Ms. Polly.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Ms. Polly, you are doing a great job. You're really running the good race. Keep up the great work. We are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Fiken.
All right. Alice J., anything you want us to know about Miss Polly?
Yeah, Your Honor, she's very compliant, and she's just doing a really good job. I'm really proud of her. She's going to be a great mom. She's got to stay focused and not let anything take her off her path, because her path is good. She got a lot of blessings coming. She just stay with it.
Yes. Stay with it, Miss Polly. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Thank you, Miss Johnson. All right, Miss Cleveland. Miss Polly is in which phase? Remember, I don't have my notes.
Can I say one thing?
Oops.
I'm sorry. I completed the ARMS program too, Your Honor.
You did? Tell me about it.
It was super exciting and super helpful, and it explained like everything that I've gone through, especially the substance abuse course. And it just taught me things like coping skills and stuff that I wouldn't have never thought of on my own. So I really enjoyed it.
Did you do it in person or online?
Online.
You did it online. All right. Yep. Very good. Very good. I'm glad you got that out of the way. You just moving around so much, Miss Polly. I don't know if y'all know when y'all moving around on the camera, walking and stuff, it throws my whole, I'm tunnel visioned. And so I'm trying to look all around your house and the red couch, you know, look like a Christmas tree decoration on a blanket. I'm telling you, I can't help myself. All right, very good. So just letting y'all know, I hustle. All right, so Miss Polly.
I'm gonna work with her on that, Miss Holmes, because she be getting me dizzy at group.
Yes. When all of us done, okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't the only one. When all the squares are up and somebody's walking around, it just throws me off completely. Yes.
I apologize.
All right. That's okay. We're going to get it together. All right. Miss Cleveland, for Miss Polly, she's in phase 2, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. And I wanted to mention too that she did register for on her GED courses as well at Asher. So that's something that we wanted to put on the record.
You did tell me that. All right. I want you to do it. Do it. You are smart and you should have it. You should have that GED. All right, very good. If nothing else, Miss Polly would come back to see me. That would be on Friday, December 4th. Is that correct, Miss Cleveland?
For a face-to-face.
For a face-to-face, yes. December 4th, 2020 at 9 o'clock. You all work out the logistics.
Yes.
Good to see you. Continue to do well, Miss Polly. Take care of yourself. Take care of that baby, okay?
Yes, I will, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend and happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you. Same to you. Thank you. All right. Officer, I'm ready on my next case.
Next one, there was a named Susan Hopkins up there.
Hopkins, is Hopkins still with us? If not, we're going to keep moving. Oh, Hopkins is with us.
She is
Hopkins?
She's with Miss St. Charles.
Hello. Oh, okay, with Miss St. Charles. All right. Who do we have next?
We have a Is it Latish Bingham?
Miss Bingham, good morning, Miss Bingham.
Good morning.
Unmute for me.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. State your full name for the record.
Latish Bingham.
All right, Miss Bingham, you're in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. How are you this morning?
I was sleepy. I was up studying all night and I almost overslept.
Uh-oh, well, we're glad you joined us. But that's a good thing to be up all night for studying. I love it. She's like, yeah, right. Yes. All right, who has Ms. Bingham's case number? I need you to read it into the record for me, please.
I will, Your Honor. Your Honor, case 1824465SC, Latish Bingham.
All right, thank you, Mr. Griffin. Miss Bingham, I haven't seen you in forever. What have you been doing other than school?
That's it. That is it. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize online classes was gonna be so hard.
Yes,
It takes
they
so
usually
much.
are.
Oh my goodness.
They usually are. They are. But you're doing it, right?
Yes. Ooh, I'll be so glad when this semester is over.
It's almost there. You all are at least halfway there, right?
Yeah, we're in our 11th week. We're done December, like the second week of December.
There you go. So hang in there. You're doing it. What are you doing to stay sober from day to day? Because you're doing that too.
Yeah, just maintaining. This semester I have 4 classes, so I don't have time for anything else. And then my little cousin has been over here staying with me. She's just visiting, but a month-long visit. So between school and her, that's it.
Okay. All right. Very good. Are you working?
Not really. The restaurant is only open on the weekends, so not really.
Okay. All right. Very good. How's that working out?
It's starting to get tight. It's starting to get tight. So.
Okay. All right. So if you are looking, make sure you check in with Mr. Griffin if we have some job leads that are still available. I'm not certain of availability right now, but let's make sure we pass those on to Ms. Bingham. I don't know if that'll fit into her school schedule right now, but certainly have that conversation. If she's looking to be employed, we want you to be employed, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, wonderful. What do you need us to help you with, Ms. Bingham, if anything?
At this moment, everything is working. You know, I'm maintaining, staying focused. Just that.
Did I remember from my notes in staffing, what's going on with the car situation and the interlock?
No, Your Honor, she got the interlock. She got the interlock installed, and so you just signed the paperwork. So I'm about to give it to Ms. Rhonda to mail it to the Secretary of State. So Ms. Bingham been reminded that she can't drive the car until she has the license physically in her hand. But she did have the interlock installed, so she probably should get the license. They've been coming kind of quick, so probably in the next week or two.
Good. Wonderful. Did you hear that, Ms. Bingham?
I sure did.
All right, very good. I'm excited for you. Make sure that you keep the check sheet that you received from Safe Smart, or what is it? Is it Safe Smart?
Smart Start.
Smart Safe? Smart Start. Okay, I'm gonna get it right. Smart Start. Make sure you keep that check sheet. If you have questions, ask them, because it's very important that you follow all of those guidelines so you don't have any issues with getting your full license restored, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
Yes, congratulations, Ms. Bingham, a good report. Um, it's always good to hear from you and to see you. You're doing an excellent job. Keep up the good work. We understand the program's not easy, but you're doing it. And congratulations in school. I haven't been in school in years, but I can understand it. It can be hard at sometimes. We're proud of you, Ms. Bingham. And I haven't been to the restaurant in months, but I know it's still there. I thank you, Ms. Bingham. Be
So he
safe.
doesn't need his senior citizen pass, Miss Bingham. He doesn't need a pass to get to the front of the line. He's not going.
It will be
He's not
hard
doing
now
it.
because the lines are like out the door. Like there's
Is that
usually a
right?
line out the door. So, woo.
I told him, I passed there a couple of times, Mr. Reed. I told you, they're not socially distancing in those lines. And I didn't want you in that line trying to get some home soul food.
I'm not, Judge. I'm staying at home. I'm being safe. I'm high risk. Thank you, Ms. Bingham. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Mr. Fikens?
Thank you, Judge. If I might add, Ms. Bingham, when this is all over and you're back there, Mr. Reed and I are going to come visit you at the restaurant. Okay, that's one thing we're going to do. But be safe until then. It was a great report. You're doing a great job. I'm proud of you and your school. Keep up the great work. We are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
All right, wonderful. Mr. Griffin, what phase is Ms. Bingham in?
She's in phase 3, Your Honor.
She's in phase 3, maintenance phase. That means she's doing it on her own with very little court intervention. So you are going to see Mr. Griffin for a face-to-face. That would be December 11th. Is that correct, Mr. Griffin?
Yes, Your Honor.
December 11th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. You all can work out the logistics. Until then, know that we are here if you need us. You can dial into the courtroom. As you know, Mr. Griffin is accessible to you. And I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And we'll at least hopefully get to see you before Christmas and the New Year. Okay?
Okay, you too.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, officer, I'm ready for the next. I'm sorry.
Before you call the next case, could I get your permission to leave the courtroom so I can contact Miss Walker, the prosecutor?
Absolutely. On Ms. Davis's case, absolutely.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. Thank you. Okay, officer, I'm ready.
We have Gregory Hawkins, Your Honor.
Mr. Hawkins.
Oh, Mr. Hawkins was, sorry about that. We were removing him because we worked that out in staffing yesterday.
Yes, and he should have a regular court date. Good morning, Mr. Hawkins.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, I heard you decided to follow the court's orders, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Only because I care about you, Mr. Hawkins. Only because I care about you. There is nothing else that motivates me other than I care about you. I need you to beat this. I need you to be safe. I need you to be clean and sober. And I need you to take small steps because I know that's a part of being on the path of recovery.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Cleveland, when is Mr. Hawkins's next court date?
I know that I'm here with you.
His next court date is on the 24th at 9 a.m.
All right, wonderful. So I'll see you then. Okay, Mr. Hawkins?
Yes, Judge. I got
Chaplain
Jeff
Chaplain
Larry here with me at the present time.
Okay.
But it is a question, Judge. It is a question. I got a bad my leg's been irritated with the tether, and I'd like to know if I could get it switched over or get something did about it.
Okay, so now, Mr. Hawkins.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you know, I'm about to sound real mean, but you can't talk stuff about you leaving, you not gonna comply with the court's orders, and then turn around and ask me to remove a tether.
No,
I'm not doing it.
Wait, let her talk.
Okay, I go through a wide range of feelings and emotions dealing with this.
Me too.
Stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Me too.
But I'm glad you sticking by me and understanding me.
I am. So this is what I'm gonna do about that tether. I'm gonna switch it to another leg. That's what I'll do.
All right,
That's what I'll
okay.
have to do. Okay, because you know, you sent some messages back to the court that you was leaving. And I was
Nah,
ready for you. I had my folks on standby to pick you up.
I know you did. I know you did, but
I did.
we gonna go through this. We're gonna get through it.
Come on, let's do it. Look, your
Okay.
daughters are counting on you. Your
Yeah.
daughters are rooting for you. They love you. They love you.
They
I
do.
know you didn't want to see them in court. I know they made you mad because you didn't want me to hear from them about what's going on with you. But look, they love you. If they didn't care, they just let you die out there, because that's your end result with the drugs that you choose to deal with. They love you. And so I need you to do this. And I'm planning to do it with you. I'm not letting you quit. It's not an option. I'm not letting you just go to jail. It's not an option. I'll send you to jail, but when you get out, you're going back to treatment.
Yeah, thank
Look
you.
at Billy
Thank you,
Joe.
Judge.
Billy Joe. Billy Joe, unmute yourself and tell him I will find him. And I will keep on sending him to treatment. Won't I, Billy Joe?
She absolutely will.
She absolutely will. Yes, I will. So tell him, Billy Joe, he might as well just do the program. Get clean and sober, right?
Absolutely. It's your best option, my guy.
There you go. Thank you, Billy Joe. Look at Billy Joe giving our public service announcement on this morning. So come on, Mr. Hawkins. I need you to work with me, okay?
Oh, I'm getting on board. I'm gonna get on board, Judge Holmes. I'm gonna get on board.
All right. Is that Chaplain Gudith?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. How are you?
All right. Good morning to you. Thank you for it.
Today's
Go
a
ahead.
celebration. Today's a celebration. Today I celebrate 46 years clean.
Yes.
Come on, let's celebrate Captain Gudith. Congratulations. Look here, did everybody in the courtroom hear that? You said 46 years clean.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, so it can be done.
Absolutely.
And every day are you, go ahead.
In my case, I remember saying to God, please take this addiction away. And he said to me, it's not my job to give it away. It's your job to give it up. And I never forgot that. And, you can do it.
Oh, wow.
Life is so much better. And the thing about addiction too, that I found out, I had 46 years clean, but it probably took me 2 years to change the behaviors of the lying, the things that are the tentacles of the addiction. So it's so great not to have to remember what I'm saying, because when we're in our addiction, we do everything we can to get to that next lily pad we're trying to jump on. But you can do it. And for everybody out there, just know that the life of recovery is a great life. And your dreams are still waiting to be nurtured, and they're there waiting for you.
Absolutely. I had to write that down, Chaplain Gudith. It's not his job to take it away. It's our job to give it up.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
One last thing, Your Honor. It's okay to be you because everyone else is taken.
It's okay to be you because everyone else is taken. Love it. I hope the people in the courtroom are listening this morning. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you're pouring in to Mr. Hawkins. Thank you for whatever was said, whatever was done to encourage him, that we're all on his team and we need him to comply with the court's orders, which mirror the recommendations of the recommendation of the professionals that are dealing with him, people that have been through, people that are on a path of recovery, who know what it's like, who knows how difficult it can be, who knows the time that it takes. And so thank you. I appreciate you because he's still there. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Yes. Miss Cleveland, if you could reach out to Mr. Joel, and let him know that Mr. Hawkins needs to change his tether to another leg. I'd like him to do that sooner than later, as soon as possible.
Yes, Your Honor, I'll call him as
Okay?
soon as court.
And we'll get that done.
Yes.
All right. So I'll see you next week for your court date, Mr. Hawkins. I want to know how you're doing.
Yes, ma'am. You have a nice
All right.
holiday. Have a blessed holiday.
All right. I'll see you before the holiday.
Okay.
All right. Take care. All right. Take care. All right. I am ready. Thank you. On the next case, officer.
I have Thomas Ison.
I don't have Ison.
Hey, Charles, I didn't know how to change the name over and I didn't want to be late in the courtroom.
Oh, that's St. Charles. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I am well. State your full name for the record.
Yes, my name is Carrie Lynn St. Charles.
And Miss St. Charles, you are in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Wonderful. I have the following cases for Carrie St. Charles, SP 995-6111, U244-79015, and U244-97315. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm healthy, clean, and I got a good track of mine today.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Have you been going to your outpatient treatment?
Yes, I have.
All right, how's that going?
Everything's going pretty well, surprisingly pretty well, better than I expected.
Okay, are you being open and honest with your therapist so that they are able to do the real work with you?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Absolutely.
All right. Very, very good. What about your meetings? How are those going?
My meetings are well. I just had a meeting with Miss Alice yesterday, and it was helpful learning a little bit about each and everybody that's participating in the group. It doesn't make me feel like I'm the one sticking out, you know what I'm saying, that other problems that people are having are actually very similar to the problems I'm having. So it's nice to see how people are working them out. It's helpful.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. I'm going to mute you all at the detention center. Give me just one moment. Let me make sure. I'm sorry, Miss St. Charles. At the Detroit Detention Center, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Please tell me your name.
Crystal Moore.
Miss Moore, is she scheduled for my docket? Let me just make sure you're in the right place, okay?
Okay.
I don't have you on my docket. Is there an officer near you?
No, I just left out of court. I don't know. Hold on one second.
Make sure she doesn't have to answer.
Excuse me. She wants you. Here you come.
What's going on?
Good morning.
She wants you.
I want you. She wants you. That didn't sound right. Good morning, officer.
Hi, good morning.
I am trying to make sure that Ms. Moore is in the right courtroom. This is Judge Holmes. And so she's not on my docket. Ms. Drew, is she due in my courtroom?
What's her date of birth, Judge, please?
What, can you give me a date of birth, please?
6/9/98.
I'm sorry?
6/9/98, June 9th, 1998.
Okay. Let's just make sure she's in. I'm sorry, Miss St. Charles. Give me just 1 second. I want to make sure we have her squared away so we don't tie up the detention center.
6/9/98?
Yeah.
Her cases are Wagner's.
All right. It shows that she's supposed to be with Judge Wagner.
Okay, let me check my numbers again. I apologize to y'all.
Okay. Did you need his dial-in number?
Yeah, yes, please.
I'm sorry, hold on one second. I'm sorry, Ms. Drew, what did you say?
It looked like she just. Okay.
What's her first name?
Oh, you just went to court?
Yeah, I just went on first.
Okay.
I go back to court with.
Hold on one second, officer. I need to verify something. 1 second. I'm sorry, Ms. Drew?
I'm looking at her right here.
What's the first name again?
It's Crystal.
Crystal?
She just went to court, so this was a mistake, I apologize.
Okay, so it is not us. I just wanted to make sure we weren't sending you around the mulberry bush. Okay. All right, thank you. Are we ready? Let's go back to Miss St. Charles. All right, Miss St. Charles, my apologies. Tell me something that you've learned or that you've taken with you from your meetings or even from your groups with Alice J.
Yes, I've learned that I have to be patient with my health, myself, and that whatever issues that I might be having, I can eventually get them worked out, but I do have to break them down by one step at a time rather than trying to work out everything at once. And it took a long time for me to create all these problems that I have. And it might be the same result in breaking everything down and just try to slowly, work the steps that I need to do to take care of each issue I'm having without it getting overwhelmed.
Very good. That's a good thing to learn.
Yeah.
All right, very good. What are you struggling with that you need us to help you with?
I'm not really just struggling really with anything right now. I'm getting really a lot of help. Just I do get a little bit overwhelmed with accepting the fact that I have created so many problems. So I just really got to keep reminding myself one day at a time, one step at a time.
Okay, very good. Very good.
And communicate more if I'm having cravings or any issues, whether that may be at home or the system, anything, just to communicate, speak up.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for your honesty that that's a struggle for you, Miss St. Charles, because we don't know how to help you if we don't know what you're struggling with, right?
Exactly, Your Honor.
So by all means, you have a great pool of resources. You have Alice J. You've got your therapist through outpatient treatment, your meetings, your groups. Is it Miss Cleveland? Miss Cleveland, this is your case, right?
Yes.
And so you've got a great pool of resources. By all means, use them. Nobody is expecting you to get through this by yourself.
Yes, they're wonderful. They're very helpful to me, and I'm glad to have them.
Very good. Alice J., what do you want to tell us about Miss St. Charles?
Yes, Your Honor. She's very compliant. She calls me faithfully. She comes to group faithfully, and she's very honest and forthright about what's going on in her personal life and her struggles in recovery. So, I think she's right where she needs to be.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you. All right, Miss Cleveland, I did not hear from you. Anything else you want to add for Miss St. Charles?
Miss St. Charles is doing good. She's compliant with her JAMS testing. She still is at Easter Seals, although in staffing we did have a discussion about that, but I'm still talking with Miss St. Charles about moving forward with Easter Seals, but she's going to remain compliant with her meetings until that actual decision is made.
All right. Okay. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, thank you, Jesse Reed. Miss St. Charles, you're doing a good job. Keep up the good work. We understand it's not easy. You're new to the program. Don't get overwhelmed. You're not alone. You have your case manager, your therapist. Zoom into the courtroom anytime. Keep up the good work and be safe, Miss St. Charles. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I might add, Miss St. Charles, you've hit the ground running. You should be proud of that because we're proud of it. I appreciate your honesty as well. Your honesty about your addiction, the honesty about yourself. Those those things will serve you well throughout life and will serve you well in this program. So keep up that great work. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you so much.
All right, wonderful. And so, Miss Cleveland, I have Miss St. Charles in phase 1.
Yes, Your
That
Honor.
means that she would do a face-to-face the week of the 23rd. What day do you have for her?
The 24th would be good, Your Honor.
All
November
right.
24th.
Wonderful. November 24th, 2020, 9 o'clock a.m. You all work out the logistics and just make sure for the future court date that it is on a Friday, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, wonderful. All right, Miss St. Charles, keep up the great work that you're doing. By all means, tap in, call us, come into the courtroom if you need us, okay?
Absolutely, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, take care.
You
I'll see you
too.
next week. In 2
Okay.
weeks, rather. Okay.
Thank
All right, very good. I am ready for the next case. Officer, I'm just getting your text. I'm feeling a certain kind of way. Selena didn't tell y'all that I have separation anxiety. But okay, pass this, Ms. Drew, starting with the officer. All right. Okay, who do I have up next, officer?
I have a Jonathan Simon. He was up there.
That's attorney assignment. He wasn't dressed like an attorney, but he was on here. And maybe he was in the courtroom, so let's go to the next case.
We have Miss Billy Jo Yaya.
Miss Yaya is here. Billy Joe, if you don't know by now that I love you, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do to show you.
You know, Judge,
Billy.
that's funny you say that because right before we came on, I said, Judge Holmes loves you. And she said, what's not to love?
You are right. I love it, Billy. Come on, Billy Joe. That's right. You are easy to love, Billy Joe Yaya. Yes, you are. Oh my goodness. I wish you just knew how much I don't want to say brag, but let me see who's left in the courtroom. I think you're the only person that's left on the real docket. All right, and so I just need you to know how much I brag. I've used the word brag now about you. And when I talk about how I know that drug treatment court works and how I know when you have the right team assembled and the right leadership and the right level of commitment from everyone on the team, how drug treatment court works. I don't use your name, I just use the experience. And I do, because you are my poster child of why I do what I do, why on those days when I want to say, I'm gonna be like everybody else, that I think about, I can't afford to be like everybody else. I have to roll up my sleeves, whether I'm feeling well, whether I'm in the dumps because some folks are not doing what they're supposed to do. You are one of those reasons, one of probably 2 reasons I roll up my sleeves and say, I've got to fight, because I know that even when you all kick me in my stomach and take my breath away, when I get that second wind, there is a high likelihood that we can bring you back into the fold and help you to get to where I know you want to be and desire to be, but you just need the help. And so, Billy Joe, I thank you for doing that for me. I thank you for doing it for me.
I thank you for helping me have the opportunity to do that, Your Honor. And I am definitely living proof that this program does work. If somebody wants it to work, there's no way it can fail.
Yes. And Billy Joe, you know, it took us a couple of rounds before you finally decided I want it to work. Look, I told you I will never disclose the officer's name who came to a sidebar and said, Judge, we are trying to catch Billy Joe, but Billy Joe can outrun me. He's like, and I'm a man's man. He's like, she is able to leap tall buildings. She is able in a single bound. She can jump fences. She wrestled dogs. He's like, Judge, Billy Joe is something else. He said, if you ever tell anybody I said this, I'm going to say that you're not telling the truth. I'm like, man. I said, but still look for her. And one day you walked through that from the back and came back to us. And they got you. And look at you now. You don't even look like the Billy Joe that they brought through those doors a couple of times. You don't even look like that Billy Joe. I'm so proud of you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm great.
I'm sorry, say that again, I didn't hear you.
I said I thank you for everything you're doing and have done for me, and I'm doing great.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. I know that Ms. Hemphill is getting ready to make some changes. And so I needed to know from you, Billy Joe, how do you feel about that? You still are committed, connected, and ready to continue on your path of recovery?
Absolutely, Your Honor. You know, it really saddens me that she's leaving, but you know, I was blessed with being able to know her, and she'll still interact with us here at Hope Against Trafficking.
I was gonna say, I'm not dying.
Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
Right.
There you go. Thank you, Ms. Hemphill. Thank you. All right, I just wanted to make sure that Billy Joe is good with that, and she knows that, you know, just because we change jobs or occupations doesn't mean that our heart or our feelings change. And so I knew you would still somehow stay connected, Ms. Hemphill, because your heart is in this work, and we certainly appreciate everything that you've done to help and to pour in, to nurture, to encourage the ladies that we've sent your way. So I'm glad to hear you're going to stay connected.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you find Miss Tellas, you just let me know.
Yes, don't worry. We're still looking. We're still looking. And when you see her, if you could just shoot us a text, a call or something, we'll go get her. We'll go get her. I'm interested in her getting in recovery, not going to jail. I want her back, and I want her back alive.
Yep.
I do. I want her back alive. So if you see her, make sure you tell her that I said that. I'm not interested in jail. I'm interested in recovery. I want her back alive.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. Very good. Billy Joe, how are things going for you? How are you feeling? What you've been doing? Tell me about it.
Okay, I'm in therapy twice a week. I do group therapy once a week and one-on-ones with my therapist. I'm in a book club. We do book club twice a week. I do NA daily. And I'm with Miss Alice J once a week, and then I check in with her once a week. So I talk to her twice a week. That's about it. Just working on my recovery one day at a time.
She's also taken up bowling.
Oh, look at you. Oh, I saw somebody look up. We have a bowler on our team now.
So Chrissy's the probie.
I don't know about that, but we like to compete, I'll tell you that.
Oh, we have somebody on our team that like to compete too. Oh, yes, we do. Come on, Miss Wilson, you better speak up. She's like, well, she was down with her head. She's like, bowling? Did y'all say bowling? Somebody bowling. Yes. We'll have to keep that in mind. I mean, we're in such unusual times. Miss Wilson, I don't know if you remember when we went bowling as a team a couple of times and how much fun we had bowling, those that can bowl and those that can't. Some people just go for entertainment. That happens to be me. But at least we were all together as a team. Yes. Yeah. And so do by all means take it up. That's a very healthy, good way to spend your extra time. Do it. Billy Joe, yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. Anything you're struggling with, Billy Joe, that you need us to help you with right now?
Actually, I'm right where I'm supposed to be right now, Your Honor. I'm content. I am just feeling better than I've ever felt I can remember in my whole life. Next week I'll have 10 months.
Yes. Whoa, come on, let's celebrate Billy Joe. 10 months, oh my goodness.
In her whole life.
And if it wasn't for you.
Billy Joe, 10 months of sobriety. That is something to cry about.
You saved my life.
You are doing it.
You saved my
You're
life.
doing it. What are you saying, Billy Joe?
You saved my life.
No, you saved your life. I just threw out a lifeline. You grabbed it.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. You grabbed it. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Oh my goodness. Alice J, what you want to tell me about Billy Joe Yaya?
Man, I'm so proud of her beyond words, you know. And she always talks about that group, how she wasn't ready, and I sent her back. I told her you to tell her to go back to jail, and she was, because she sat there and was like, I just rather go back to jail and just do my
Yes.
This program, it's too hard. And she always talks about that, how she came back and she was just like, okay, I'm ready now. It took her a couple times, you know, and I'm just so proud of her because she's stuck in, she's sticking and staying. You can't ask for more than that. You know what I'm saying? She's sticking and staying. She's glowing. You know, she's beautiful on the inside and on the outside. And, you know, she's dealing with daily challenges and, you know, feelings and emotions. You see her is full of emotions right now. That's that process, you know, and coming into the new you. And then welcome to a new way of life, Billy.
Yes.
Ain't it a great freedom to feel human again?
Yes, it's nice.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, Alice J, for the work that you do with our ladies and just meeting with them and encouraging them and pouring into them. And I'm reading your book, and I am, if you all don't have Alice J's book, I don't know if I'm supposed to do this. I don't know. Y'all need to get it. Order it off of Amazon. Get a peek into, I understand why you do what you do. I understand. I understand the passion and the drive. And yeah, deep. Yeah, you need to, Out of Darkness.
That is good.
Yeah, that's the name of it, Out of Darkness. And so, Out of the Dark, yes. I always butcher the name. And so I want you to know I've passed the book on to other individuals as well, because it can apply to other aspects of your life. Dark places in your life, there is hope, there is light available. And so, yeah, wonderful. All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Billy Joe, good report. You're ready for recovery now, and that's a good thing, and you're working the program. You're in a good place. You're safe. Keep up the good work. I know you're proud of yourself, but we're proud of you also. Keep up the good work and be safe. Thank you, Billy Joe.
Thank you.
Your Honor, if I might add, Billy Joe, you remind me of the epitome of commitment. You were committed to a different lifestyle before. You're now committed to this lifestyle. We appreciate that. You're doing a great job. Keep up the great work. We are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you very much. I take that as a very high compliment.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Miss Cleveland, anything else on Billy Joe?
No, Your Honor. Everybody said very, very good, positive things, and it's all truth. And she's a joy to work with. I'm very happy with the case.
All right, very good. Yeah, Miss Cleveland, when she first came on board, she got all of the cases where people absconded and did all kinds of things. So when she have cases where like a Billy Joe Yaya, I just see her over there beaming. She's like, yes, I kept telling her it'll happen. You'll get that case where people will comply and come to court and all of those things. And so Billy Joe, thank you for giving Miss Cleveland that ray of hope. That what we do, it counts. It counts, yes. All right. When do you have Billy Joe coming back?
She would be a face-to-face at her next hearing, which would be December 4th.
December 4th, Billy Joe, 2020, 9 o'clock. We'll work out Miss Cleveland will work out the logistics with you, but that's your next date to see Miss Cleveland, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you, Ms. Hemphill. All right. All right, thank you, Alice J. I think that's all of the cases on the docket for you. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day and be safe and enjoy your weekend.
Okay, did you get that message that I sent you, Your Honor?
No, I did not. Did you? Wait a minute. I have something in the chat, though.
Yes. That's just FYI.
What's the last name?
St. Charles.
Oh,
We'll talk though.
please, Gladys, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you for sharing that with me. That's important that I know. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Who is Miss St. Charles's case manager?
I am, Your Honor.
All right. I want to send you this note. Okay. Let's go back to the last couple of things that I have on my docket. Now, because I'm not savvy, I'm just going to have to take a picture of it and text it to you. I'm sorry. It's the best I can do.
That's all
Let
right.
me know if you're able to read it. Good morning. How are you? I'm well, thank you. All right, Miss Cleveland, let me know if you're able to make out what it is that I've sent you. All right, let's go back. I'm ready on, let's see, Miss Parker has issues, so I'll go to Miss Davis. Mr. Fikens, are we ready on Miss Davis?
We are ready on Miss Davis, Your Honor.
Oh, come on, Miss Davis. I hope it's gonna be worth your wait. I hope it is. You've been so patient and so kind. Miss Davis was moving around at first when I told her I was eye hustling. She found her one spot where I couldn't see anything but the few pictures on the wall. She was like, hold on, I'm not gonna have a judge eye hustling at my house. I'm here for a short stay. Yes, ma'am. Good thinking. All right, I'm ready to call it. Case number U390-70417 and U41010317. Miss Davis, state your full name for me.
Melva Davis, Your Honor. Good morning. Well, good afternoon.
Good morning. It's still morning. Stop it. It just feels like afternoon. It's still morning. All right, Miss Davis, you are in our virtual. Y'all saw Miss Davis trying to come for me. She talking about good afternoon. I've been here so long. Miss Davis, you coming for me. All right. All right, Miss Davis.
I'm not.
Miss Davis. Miss Davis, you in our virtual courtroom. Do you agree to have your hearing by way of Zoom this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Fikens, what do you have for me on Miss Davis?
Your Honor, there is an offer from the prosecutor that if she pleads on the indecent conduct ticket, that would be under a delayed sentence of 12 months and would be dismissible after that time, and then to dismiss the other matter today. Is that something you wish to do, Miss Davis?
Yes, is that the only option?
Yeah, that's the only offer they're going to make. So both matters will get dismissed in 1 year. One gets dismissed today and one in 12 months.
Okay.
So you'll have no record.
Okay.
So we're ready, Judge.
All right. All right. Very good. Miss Davis, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Fikens?
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, you can put your hand down. You understand, ma'am, that in each of these cases, you have a right to a trial, correct?
Correct.
You wish to give up that right and enter a guilty plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised you anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Your Honor, I'm satisfied as to her waiver.
I am as well. As to the factual basis.
Thank you, ma'am. I direct your attention back to September 9th of 2017. Were you working on Michigan Avenue in the city of Detroit?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Judge.
Engage in indecent or obscene conduct at that location?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of guilty. I'll also follow the recommendation of the prosecuting attorney. I'll dismiss. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right, I am dismissing without prejudice case number U41010317. I have indicated that she does have to pay the warrant cost on that, and the remainder of that bond will be refunded to her. Ms. Drew, I wrote it up and put it up there. With respect to the remaining matter, I've entered a plea of guilty. I am going to apply. She does have a $500 bond. I'm going to apply the bond, and I'm going to follow the recommendation for a delayed sentence. What is it that you'd like me to know about your client before I do sentencing?
Thank you, Your Honor. First of all, my client is, I talked to her on a couple of occasions, just saw her here today, but I saw how involved she was. She was attentive throughout this. She clapped when we were clapping. I always appreciate that when someone is engaged into the system as she was today. So I really appreciate that. She's also a very pleasant woman when I talked to her, Judge. She's out of the business, doesn't want to go back to the business.
I have my own.
So that's good.
Okay.
Judge.
I have my own makeup line.
All right, wonderful, very good.
She told me last time, Judge, she filed, I think, her online business, and I don't know if she was approved by, filed some business paperwork online. Is that correct, young lady? With
Yes.
the state of Michigan? So
Yes.
she wanted you to know that as well, Judge.
All right, wonderful. And so I'm glad that you returned to get this behind you. I've already dismissed one of your matters. On the other matter where you've pled guilty, there's a $500 bond that's posted, Mr. Fikens. I'm assessing cost in the amount of $200. I'm assessing the fine in the amount of $200. She has to pay the warrant cost, so I don't know if she'll get anything refunded from that, but it's covered. But this is what I'm also going to do with respect, while I'm honoring the delayed sentence, once the bond has been applied, I am going to go ahead and dismiss the matter without prejudice so she can get this behind her and go and be great, okay?
Thank you so much,
Your Honor.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fikens. You'll get your paperwork in the mail. Hold on to it, okay? Stay out of the industry if you're not going to follow the rules. I hope the best for you with your makeup line and your business. And thank you for your patience this morning, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for your time.
All right.
I've been trying to do this since July, so I really appreciate
All
it.
right.
I've really been patient.
Yes, you have been, and it worked out for you. All right. Very good. Take care. All right. Miss Parker, if you could unmute, I'm going to also ask you to start your video.
I'm done.
All right, Miss Parker, please state your name.
Samantha Parker.
And you agree to have your hearing in our Zoom courtroom today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. I'm recalling the following for Samantha Parker, U487-60218. Mr. Yancey, tell me what's going on with Miss Parker. I received some information that I'm not happy about. I've really been trying to work with Miss Parker.
I know the court has, Your Honor. Let me just give you the slight bit of good news. She did pay her fines and costs, which was originally, that's what we wanted her to do. You did also request that she screen twice a week. She has been doing that, but those screenings haven't been so great. She's been drinking what she admits. The screenings have also been positive for marijuana. She denies using marijuana, but she did say that she does smoke CBD. I'm not even privy to how you can do that right now, but That's probably what's making her test positive. She reports that she has started with team mental health for outpatient. I told her I would try to, if the court wants me to, I'll try to get that information as far as proof. And she is on probation with the 17th District Court in Redford. So I do have a suggestion or recommendation at this time, if you're interested.
I don't look interested, do I?
No.
Let me figure it out.
Okay.
Let me figure it out.
Okay.
Let me figure out if I'm interested. Miss Parker. Miss Parker, how old are you, Miss Parker?
30.
How old?
30.
What are you crying for?
Because I made
Tell me what those tears are about.
Because I made a poor decision on drinking. My family struggles with alcoholism, and I shouldn't have drank. And as far as the marijuana, the CBD, I buy it from the gas station, so I didn't think that it would come up as marijuana. But I know I didn't smoke no marijuana, honest to God. But I was just trying so hard, and I paid it off. And drinking was stupid of me. And I just want to move on, you know. And I
But you can't move on, Miss Parker, if you're not doing what it takes to move on. You realize that you were supposed to be with me, I think, initially, just a couple of visits to get yourself on track. And then each time you come back, you've not done what the court has ordered you to do. And so, but let me tell you the brighter side of this, is that you just admitted to me that your family, you know, there's a history of alcoholism or problems with alcohol. And so do you believe that you have a problem with alcohol?
Well, I mean, I stopped in the beginning, you know. I mean, I have a problem with like, so instead like altering my mind, you know, and smoking weed or alcohol or whatever, and that's why I thought the CBD would help me. But yeah, my mom, she's an alcoholic and she's borderline schizophrenic, so that's why I took it upon myself to go to team mental health and to get some, you know, counseling, and they put me on medication, which I don't really want to take medication, but I figured it could help. And since I've been taking the medication, I haven't drank anything. But I did try to call Mr. Morgan, and I left a voicemail, and I wanted him to call me back so that I could tell the court that I did mess up about drinking. And I worked, so I must have missed his call. I have no excuse, but being around my mom, I know doesn't help me. So I'm just, I apologize.
So here's where I am, Ms. Parker, and Mr. Yancey, I certainly want to entertain your recommendation, but here's where I am. You're 30 years old. You have so much life ahead of you. I know that you started a new job. You're trying to get yourself together. So look, I'm not interested in sending you to jail for violating the terms and conditions that this court has set forth. But look, you've got to get on track. I applaud you for going to Team Wellness to get some help. If you're not comfortable with being on the medicine, you need to talk to them about it. You know, you have to play an active role in your care. You have to play an active role in, even with doctors and what they prescribe. You have to play an active role. If something doesn't feel right, you have to say, hey, this doesn't feel right and I don't like it. And so that they can work with you. Don't just stop taking it. Don't just continue to self-medicate with things that are not prescribed, okay? And so what I'm inclined to do, Ms. Parker, and I'll hear from Mr. Yancey, I mean, I'm gonna stretch this out another 30 days to see what you do. To continue, I think, Mr. Yancey, I see you smiling. I think I had her testing Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Is that correct?
Monday and Wednesday.
Monday and Wednesday. And so I want to continue that. Monday and Wednesday testing. I want you to sign a release from Team Wellness so we can find out what's their treatment plan for you. What are they saying? Not just prescribing you some medication. Are you going to counseling with them?
Yeah, I have a therapist, a counselor, and a caseworker, and I'm going to get I'm going to substance abuse counseling as well.
All right. And so I need you to continue. Now, Mr. Yancey, I'm gonna have to throw one more day of testing in there. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. Is there any, like, if you guys give me a referral, is there any it's $29 a test. I know some courts don't cost that much. Is there a chance that I could pay less for the testing or no?
So, Mr. Yancey, is there any way that you can give her a specialty court referral so that she can get reduced costs for testing?
I'll definitely give her a referral. If there's any jams near her, I can take care of that. If there's not, I think no. Well, no, it's jams because that's how I looked it up. So yes, I will do that.
Okay. All right. So did you hear that, Ms. Parker? And then Mr. Yancey, if you could notify James that now her test is 3 times, and actually, let me change up the order a little bit. It's going to be 3 times weekly. So I'm not gonna just do Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. It'll be random 3 times. Okay? Random.
Yes, ma'am.
So I'll take away Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It'll be random 3 times weekly. Now, Ms. Parker, I need you to understand, no alcohol, no hookah, no e-cigarettes, no CBD products, no marijuana, no narcotics, no illegal drugs, none whatsoever. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, Ms. Parker, I'm gonna try this for 30 days. If there's an issue, I want you in these 30 days to think about whether or not you should be a part of our drug treatment court program, which is a more extensive precision, Mr. Yancey, I'm using your word, precision program, where we can really work with you and pinpoint maybe some of the issues that are causing you to drink or to look for other substances to numb the pain or to alter your mood, as you said. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
So
ma'am.
I want you to give some thought to that over these next 30 days.
Okay.
Because you're
how
young
can I-
and you're smart and you have so much life ahead of you. And I want it to be quality life. That's what I want for you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Is there any way he can email me like the because I know you're supposed, if it's random, I think it's a color or something, correct?
Ms. Parker, I'll get you the information. I need you to contact me, or I'll try to contact you within 24 hours. You did give me your phone number, so I'm just to make sure that's right. And then
Okay,
I will connect, and I can possibly get some information from your officer at 17th District Court, and I'm gonna need you to sign a release with Team Wellness so I can ascertain that information. So I'll work with you.
Can I have?
Hold on, let him finish. Go ahead,
I was
Mr.
just saying,
Yancey.
I'll work with you these 30 days as hard as possible as if you were in the program. So just don't disappear on me and we'll work it out.
Yes, sir. Can I have your phone number just so I don't miss your call anymore?
Sure, it's 313.
You're not giving your cell number, are you?
No, this is my work number here at the court.
Okay.
313-965-3732. If you get my voicemail, leave your phone number on there. I'll call you back.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
So, 1 second, Ms. Parker. Mr. Yancey, did you have a different recommendation, different from the recommendation of the order of my order?
No, I was just telling Mr. Griffin, who he can attest to this, that's exactly what I was going to do, a 30-day adjournment.
Look at that. Great minds, Mr. Yancey, great minds. All right. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
Ms. Parker, you can do this. This is a Friday. I heard Mr. Yancey say get in touch with him within 24 hours. 24 hours is going to put you into Saturday and Sunday. So you may want to call him up today sometime.
Today, in the PM.
In the PM. And you can do this. Stop drinking, stop smoking. Thank you, Ms. Parker.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ron, I'd just like to add, yes, you can do this program, young lady. You have a whole future, a whole life ahead of you, and you can do it. So keep up the work. Work might be a little hard, might be challenging, but keep it up. You can do this program. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, very good. All right, Ms. Parker, I have your buy-in to work with us.
Yes, sir, ma'am.
All right.
Sorry. Yes, good.
Very good. And then I want you to also give some thought about whether or not you need to be in a more specialized program here at the court where we can help you and equip you for life. Okay?
Yes. All right, thank you.
All right. Your return to court date is December 11th, 2020 at 9:00 a.m. December 11th, 2020 at 9:00. Okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Yancey.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
December 11th. I just said I'll see you all clean December 11th. Ain't gonna be no negative tests, I promise.
All right. Let's work it. Give some thought about whether or not you're going to participate in the other programs. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Very good. Take care and be safe. All right. I have only one matter left on my docket, and that is for Marquel Todd. Is Mr. Griffin's in the room with you, Mr. Yancey?
We're on our way.
Okay. Oh, boy. Come on. I need to call Mr. Todd. Ms. Drew, that's all I have on my docket. Is that everything?
That's everything.
Wonderful. Let's call this last case at 11 o'clock. Look at us. Mr. Finance, Mr. Reed had us in staffing yesterday, what, almost 3 o'clock?
What?
That's what he said.
Until almost 3 o'clock.
He wanted to keep you longer, Judge.
It wasn't me. I staffed in 5 minutes. Ms. Drew, could you send us a docket for next week? Could you send us the docket?
I sure will.
Thank you, Ms. Drew.
Okay. You're welcome. All right. Mr. Griffin has joined us. Let me put him on the record. I have the following matters for Marquel Todd, SP 100-60802, SP 961-8881, and case number 1905880901. Mr. Griffin, get them. I really want them in court today.
I can do it.
You can do it? Oh, come on. State your name for the record, Mr. Yancey.
Your Honor, Philip Yancey on behalf of sobriety.
Are you all able to hear, Mr. Yancey?
Yes, Judge.
Philip Yancey on behalf of sobriety court. Your Honor, regarding Marquel Todd, we were told that Mr. Todd relapsed and that he is in the share facility and that he is on lockdown, so he could not come on Zoom, nor can he go to work at this time. So we have contacted Share House. Mr. Griffin is currently on the phone now with Share House talking to his counselor, Your Honor. So that is Mr. Todd's status to our knowledge. We were gonna go and do a field visit today at Share House. That might not be necessary, depending on the result. The conversation with the counselor this morning, which is taking place as we speak.
All right. So unfortunately, there was one piece, and Mr. Griffin may be able to explain this unless you know the answer. There was an update, a status report.
That is correct.
That came from Share House indicating that Mr. Todd was doing so well. We just got it. And then we learned that he relapsed. And no one called us or reached out. Mr. Griffin was just trying to call him on various numbers, and we found out through some other source that he had relapsed, not through Share House. So I'm having an issue with that, Mr. Reed and Mr. Ficus, and I need some clarification.
So we're trying to clarify that now. We did I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Mr. Yancey, what were you
We're just
saying?
trying to get some clarification now regarding that because Mr. Todd was well enough to go to a different section of Share House, so he must have recently relapsed. In fact, I tried to call Mr. Todd Tuesday just because Mr. Griffin wasn't here, so sometimes we'll call each other's people. I couldn't get him, but I didn't think about that because that was much earlier than today's court hearing. So we will find that out. We usually have a good rapport with Share House, so we're going to clear that up. I know the court wants that cleared up, but we believe we do know that Mr. Todd, where he is, he's still in the facility, and we're either going to go over there or just get some more information this morning.
Okay, all right, and it may have been just across in community, the letter went out and then he used, but I just need that clarification for my own peace of mind. Mr. Reed, what were you going to say?
I was about to ask, what was the date of the relapse? What was the date of the relapse?
Do we know the date of the relapse?
I don't have the date. I know it was this week. I think it was approximately Wednesday, but I don't have the exact date.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And here's the thing, they didn't call us though. They didn't notify the case manager that anything was going on. They did take some steps though, to at least take him away from, eliminate maybe the source of whatever he used to relapse, but they didn't make contact with us. And that's a problem, and I needed to talk to somebody.
I just got the phone, that was the recovery coach. He said he worked with him himself, but he did call over there and verify that he did have a relapse.
When did he relapse?
He didn't know that information. He said he's gonna call me back I told him to call me at any time or whatever, because we need to know what's going on with the claim or whatever. This is the second time I heard this, is that when they're in transitional or residential, this is what he explained to me, that they're not obligated to call us.
Then we're not obligated to send our people there, because we should have an MOU in place with every provider that clearly states that whenever there is any violation, suspected violation of the court's order or use of drugs, that the court is to be notified immediately through the case manager.
Right.
We put that in the MOU. So is there an MOU with Share House?
I'm not sure. I have to run that with Mr. Morgan, but he said when they go through MWIN and like Ms. Toshi, I forget which place she had, and they were speaking the same thing, saying we're not obligated to contact. They said they have a contract with MDOC, but they don't have anything with 36, so they're not. He said, so that's why they didn't contact me. But he did verify that he is there. He said when he get out, he's not in transition no more. They sent him back to residential.
Okay.
So he's in residential for the next 29 days. So he said when he get in tonight, he'll know more information. So he said he's gonna give me a phone call first thing in the morning, and then he's gonna arrange for him, because I said he need to come back to court to see the judge because he had violated the probation. So he said he's gonna arrange for us to have a Zoom here, and I'll probably shoot for Tuesday rather than the Monday though.
Okay, yeah, because Monday is off the chain.
Monday off.
All right, and so do you know what he used when he relapsed?
I don't. So I'll get all that information. Like I said, I ended up talking to his wife, that's the person. I emailed everybody over there. I talked to Mr. Morgan. I was on my way over there. I'm not probably still just go up over there just to see what's going on because, like I said, that's my client and we sent him to inpatient treatment. But like I said, they sent me a progress report yesterday, dated the 12th, like he moved on to the next day.
That's the problem for me too. That progress letter is dated November 12th.
That he moved on that residential program on 11/12, that he's moving forward. But nobody mentioned, like I said, his wife's like, okay, Mr. Griffin, I'm just gonna be honest with you. He relapsed and they took his phone away from him and he hasn't been able to leave the facility at all. He's not going to work or anything like that. So I did call the director, I left her a voicemail, and I emailed her Ms. Lee Zinski. So I'm waiting to hear some more. But Mr. Rudolph was able to call over there to verify that he's there. So that was my most important thing, to verify he's there, because I actually had to get a warrant just to cover us, just because I can't go on the hearsay of his wife's name there, if there's no step or anything to verify that.
Right. And so I need Mr. Wade to be brought into this loop on dealing with share, because find out from, and somebody needs to circle back to me this morning, that we have an MOU with share. Because I know when I reviewed the MOUs, I put that language in there specifically so people wouldn't be able to say, I didn't know that we had to contact you if they walk away, if they use, if they're violating policies or what have you. So it's in the MOU. So see Mr.
I'll talk to Mr. Morgan and let him know.
And then you all circle back with me.
And then I found out the one with Ms. Cleveland too. I don't know if it was sobriety hospital somewhere.
I need to get that nipped, because that's not gonna work for me.
She was telling us, she's like, well, we don't have to, she said, I'm not trying to be rude, but we don't have to tell y'all anything because the person is in inpatient treatment. It's their rights that we don't have to disclose. I said, well, they're court ordered. She said, well, I understand that, but that they don't have to. I said,
but they sign a release.
And they sign a release.
So that's what that release is for me to get, for the court to get information so that I make sure I'm addressing their needs. And so we need to find out who that provider is as well. And then this morning, let's circle back.
I'll send you an email.
I'm here in the building.
I'll send you an email when I get up to with Ms. Cleveland, because we ain't got into it. I just told her that I'm not gonna argue with you. I said, so you're trying to tell me that a judge order is not gonna be followed?
Yeah, that's not, and we met with D-Win, the executive team for D-Win with Mr. Wade last week. I think I was in that meeting. And the executive director said that is unacceptable for anybody at D-Win or anywhere, their providers, that their approved list, when people call that 1-800 number, to say they are not going to comply with the court's order. They don't even do that. So we need to get that, we need to nip that today. I need to take care of that today.
And I might still just ride over there today when I leave.
Okay.
Just to check, just to verify.
Put eyes on him.
To put eyes that, he's okay and everything like that.
Yeah. And then let's put Mr. Marquel Todd. Let me put his cases on the record. Case numbers SP 100-60802, SP 961-8881, and case number 19058-80901. I'm adjourning those until Tuesday of next week. And so that would take us to the 17th of November at 9 o'clock. And I'll put them at 10 o'clock a.m. since he's inpatient. At 10 o'clock a.m. Instead of Mr. Reed, Mr. Fike is issuing a warrant.
Thank you.
Okay? All right, anything else for my